Hi friends, this is Debbie here from Southern Delight. I'm so glad that you are here today. Well, this right here happens to be one of my I'll go ahead and say it. This happens to be my favorite DIY ever. I am a huge fan of nutcrackers. And I have watched so many videos on how to make a life-size nutcracker or a 7-foot nutcracker. And then I had to come up with an idea because I live in a small town. And for those of us that live in small towns, you know how difficult and hard it is to find materials. So I have shopped around and I have finally got this together. But I'm going to be doing a quick DIY on how to construct the 7-foot nutcracker. Now this right here, this nutcracker is very special. I have even named it. This is a nutcracker named Christian. And the reason I have named him Christian is because I was actually inspired to build this nutcracker because I had written a little short story for children probably ages 5 and up, and it is called A Nutcracker Named Christian. And I needed something to go along with my story, and of course when I got to thinking about it, the more I thought about it, voila, this is what came to mind. And Christian is a very special nutcracker because Christian is also a soldier for Christ. And that is what my little story is about. But I have done a separate video where I share the story with you. I hope you'll subscribe to my channel. That way you can go ahead and follow me and then you can hear the story. But today what we're actually going to be doing here is I'm going to show you how I constructed this guy. And we'll go ahead and get started. Alright, there she is. This is what it looks like assembled. We've got 2-gallon bucket, flower pot, 5-gallon bucket. Arms are 2 PVC pipes. There are 2 of those 5-gallon buckets right there for the chest. The legs. You can see we've got them on this round wooden piece. And then we've attached it in. And you can find all of these things in the plumbing section at Lowe's. There they are. Alright, I am super excited. I have got my nutcracker all assembled together. Now I'm going to pull it apart and start painting it. So we're going to start right up here with the helmet first and just work our way down. Now as you can see, I've got my color scheme together. My hat's going to be black, the body's going to be red. That right there is a beige for the face, and that's the other half of the body. But this right here is the first coat. Going to let it dry and then I'll keep going. First coat on the legs, first coat on the arms. It's getting there. Alright, I'm letting my pieces dry. I've got the second coat on a few of them. The legs are a little bit trickier because I've got to tape off the green now to do the black for the boots. And but we're going to let these dry completely. And then I'll probably have to touch some of them up. There's the base there. I stained it. We'll just let these dry for a little bit longer. Okay, it's finally dry and now it's time to start decorating. And I have to say, I have not been this excited about a project in a long time. I absolutely love nutcrackers. And then just when I came across this idea, I think I've watched so many videos on other people how they did it, and then I tried to adapt to the supplies that were handy here in our small town, and I finally come up with a solution for some of the things that some of the problems I had run into. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and start decorating the face. If you have a Cricut, it would probably be ideal to just cut out a nutcracker face. I'm not sure if I'm going to do the Cricut or if I'm going to hand paint it just yet. But I do know that at our local dollar store, they had in these dust mops. Thought this would work really good for the hair of the Nutcracker. So I purchased 4 of them. And then they had a mop, the little mop heads like this, and I'm going to use that for the beard. I do know that I'm going to be using those items, and we'll go ahead and start. Well, I'm running out of some sunlight out here, but that's what I've got so far. And I have hot glued the little dust pads on. I made a little mustache, which is a little crooked, but I think it adds a little bit of character. And I have painted the eyes, and then for the nose I just took a piece of cardboard and then painted it. And then this little thing, I happened to find a little plastic piece that my husband had laying around, and it worked perfectly for some little teeth and lips. So, but that's what I've got so far, and then I'm going to start embellishing the hat right there. I'm going to add I've got some jewels and all that I'm going to put on there, and some ribbons and stuff, and start decorating that soon. I am just going around the edge of the bucket here with some ribbon and hot gluing it around, and then I'm going to go back and then hot glue some jewels in there. Okay, so I brought my Nutcracker inside, and we're going to finish decorating him. Right here we're going to do the breastplate. I think I'm going to add some ribbons and then bedazzling just a little bit more so that it'll match the top. And luckily we were the same size. I used just an old belt wrapped around it, and we're going to bedazzle that. Then I'm going to get his hands on, and I'm just going to use some ornaments for his hands. But he turned out quite nicely. I didn't expect it to turn out this well, especially out of just buckets. I was a little skittish because the face I was really concerned about, but I think his face turned out pretty well also. And then I just ended up hand painting it, and like I said, you can use a Cricut. I'm going to take it and just hold it in there, let the glue dry. And it's on the belt there.